Welcome back once more to what lays ahead. Kvesti side cuts. This time, we come forth unto a grand tale, where one very dedicated kitsune and a cadre of soldiers from the House of Blue Badger have begun to conquer the South. The Scolio-Buttio Republic, a land filled with explosive ingenuity and wide grassy plains, a long list of backwater towns, and the last place on Aeonad to practice rather crude and primordial ick. The disgustingness that is keeping others as your own personal property for the right price. We begin now as Cain prepares to set out upon his conqueror's path, readying himself at the manor, gathering his strength and his allies in one final moment before setting out to light ablaze the South. Hey, last you left off, you had just finished your discussion with one Tory Drees, a small kobold that looked rather disturbing. You've now prepared yourself. Jason has wandered the grounds, wondering what he would do next and preparing himself for the coming battle. And Ame, you now approach from the shadow of a nearby tree.
Ame just chilling like a villain. She's just like, howdy. What are you two up to?
Oh, we're close. I'm about to get started on my little adventure. He's like cracking his knuckles and thing.
Well, I can at least help in one department if you'd like.
Well, I'll teleport you to where you need to be or whatever the case is, and then I gotta make way to a very specific place. Place I know fondly.
You're gonna drop me off if we're gonna go to my place first. She says a little stretching. I can get you where you want to go quickly.
It's all good. It's all good. Because he just fully stretches. Looks at the guy. Are you ready? Have you gotten used to your weapon?
He holds it with a great deal of confidence, Cain, nodding, staring you direct in the eye with a knowing look of pure, unadulterated power. Something he seems to like very, very much.
Ankaku, I bring Ankaku here.
He materializes from within your shadow, looking at you attentively.
I pull out a little note and I hand it to Ankaku. Deliver this to the leader of the Blue Badgers. It's showing exactly which route Cain's going to be going and telling them to be going up. Since I'm going to basically just be flanking myself and this guy over here while collecting all my pieces.
Ankaku grabs it in his mouth, nods, and jets off.
Okay. Perfect. So let's go. As he just like kind of snaps his finger and the teleportation spell goes off.
As the teleportation goes off, you arrive in the south, near the crystal. All that happened with Ame goes through. And eventually you meet with your compatriots for a brief get-together, the Blue Badgers, detailing your plans and gathering a few of their own to come assist you in your raid, though you don't really think you need them. Showing off is definitely not going to hurt. Gotta remind them who they have, after all.
They gotta know the asset. As he says, due to, as he's talking to the Blue Badgers there, as due to circumstances of Ocasio, I will be one of you. So, I need a spare armor and whatnot. I don't need a weapon. I just need to look like one of you. And I'm not going to disguise myself by using a spell, because I really don't want someone to see through that. I'm actually going to disguise. Ooh. As he, like, puts his hands, like, those little jazz hands.
They happily hand you a set of their own armor. Unerring and unquestioning of it. And it's not but a few hours later you begin moving with a troop of your own towards a nearby outpost out in the open wilderness of the south.
There first. So yeah, I put since this is an outpost, I'm gonna take my costume when I get to my favorite place, but I'm gonna put it all on. You know, it'd be funny to change my token to one of the Badger tokens.
Wait, yes. I'm here too.
Yeah, I mean, you got a night, you got a night or two before you've got to disappear.
Sorry, I broke up on my.
My internet
is being absolute dog shit, by the way, right now. I apologize. I might have to.
Pretty much. Repeating. The crystal. What would have basically happened would have been the crystal would have happened, and then we would have moved to do this, and then the next session will take place a few days from now. And then, so currently, yes. So Jersey, if you can give me that, change my art to the Blue Badgers for my favorite.
Yep, not a problem. Just boop, boop, boop. There you go.
Perfect. As he looks, he says to all the other ones, before they really get here, they're gonna be like, Ame, just step back. Don't intervene with what we're about to do. This is an outpost. I'm gonna take it over very confidently. But now, I do want to show this individual something. Points to Jason. You're gonna come with me. You rest. Do not charge until I make a cue. But it might not happen. So, just be on watch, as he just tells them. As then, you can basically move all the other Blue Badgers off the screen.
At the very minimum, I get to watch the fireworks fly, I suppose.
The rest of the Badgers move to flank around in case the worst should happen. Not knowing your strength yet, Cain.
Yes.
You want me to join them, I take it?
If you want to stay here, but I need you to not look like what you're looking like right now. I can disguise you if you want, but just be in your fox form and just stay outside of vision.
Ame just goes tiny. You know what? Actually, Ame goes tiny fox form. Mind if I just get on your shoulder?
Yeah, you can be there. Either way.
Small fox.
Super small fox form. With me. As nonchalantly we walk up, as we just start walking straight.
As you are walking up, the guard from on high in the small wooden post looks down and happens to notice a small fox that seems to be floating, and Jason. Halt! You are entering the territory of the Scolio-Buttian militia. What business do you have here?
We're going to ask one question. Bark.
He does not seem to notice you, Cain.
What? Oh, okay. Hey, I'm right here! Look!
As you say that, you suddenly appear in front of him. Ah, there was another! Perhaps I should get a stool for up here. Halt, why are you here? Do you have business with the guards?
Oh, no. I'm here to give you an option. Surrender, or die. You got 3 seconds.
He
1.
pulls out a whistle and is about to blow on it. What do you do, Cain?
Darkbringer slash. Splits him right in half.
Not even a fucking chance. You cleave him and the whistle clean in twain as he dies, and the area darkens.
See, as he just confidently, nonchalantly just walking forward, just keeps going.
Oh, you gave him a chance.
I did. As I walk up here, I say, "Hello, everyone."
The guards turn around, looking at you strangely.
Now look, we were just given permission to take a look around here by the dwarf over there in the building that they can't see. So it's more like an I can't say the word inspection.
Inspection.
It's more like an inspection. So could you call all the people out here? We got to make sure this area is nice and up to code, okay? Just looking at him.
What is your rank, sir?
As he just looks at him. Well, I'm a commander.
Identify yourself, then.
Can I do a history check to just know of any, like, random commander names that I could just throw out?
Yes, I will forewarn you, though, it is going to be a fairly high DC. Because the Scolio Republic has a lot of old generals, but they're almost all known historically, and less so in the modern times.
It's just a lot. He, like, thinks about it. He takes a second, he puts his hand on, like, his chin. You know, it would have just been easier just to listen. As he looks, he says, as he gets really close.
Jason runs him through.
Now, everyone can hear me. You either come to the middle, or you die.
You hear from inside of the tent, "Execute them! Wake the camp," as he blows on a whistle, and you hear troops beginning to assemble themselves along the sides, readying their spears and blades and bows.
He's like, same thing. Just let them gather around. As he just takes a seat where the corpse is, just on top of it.
Bark.
Bark, bark. Okay, come on, get the rest. Hurry up, man.
Cain, you are surrounded on all sides.
That's
Currently
funny. That's
being-
fucking funny.
Currently being buried down upon with the fangs of a wolf as the commander walks out in pure black plate, looking mildly disturbing and wielding a sword that is pulsating necrotic energy.
Hey, Jersey. Can I make a check against him to see if he's a vampire?
Sure, go for it.
What would I roll for that? Can I roll nature?
That would be a religion, arcana, or insight check. Insight would be the highest DC out of those three.
I will roll religion.
Also, I ate that guy's soul up there, if you didn't know.
Yep.
He's a vampire? I may just...
He is not a vampire, actually. He
Oh.
is what is known as a blackguard.
What is,
Sort of
that's
an
isn't
anti-paladin.
it?
He's basically an oathbreaker, but he's been welcomed in as many others have in the Scolio but Budio Republic. They make for very good commanders, usually.
Okay, so he's not a vampire then? Ame
Nope.
doesn't really care.
No vampires? No care.
That one's not a vampire, so if he was a vampire, I was gonna ask if I could kill him, Cain, but you know, he's not, so he's the blackguard.
Okay, as he sits there and understands. Now, you got two choices. You either A, surrender, or B, die. Take your time, think about it. If you take more than 30 seconds, I will make all your people go insane.
The blackguard stares at you, Cain. Are you even trying to hide how powerful you are?
A little bit. I'm making them think I'm like a high-ranking adventurer, like a 6-level adventurer type strength level.
Deception check then, please.
Deception check, because I'm not lying, I'm hiding my abilities. So yes, I love me my deception checks. If I can find it.
It's gonna be so funny when somebody comes up to try and fight you, and you're just gonna be like, nah.
A paltry adventurer like you thinks that you can just walk into my fucking camp and command me?
And it's been 30 seconds. I snap and I use the madness tail on half of the troops here.
This half over here is mental breakdown mode engaged.
So,
as the commander rushes toward you, leaping through the flame unabated with his sword overhead for an executioner's strike on you.
he jumps
You
over.
even stop him.
No. I basically do like the finger touch thing. It's like, I'll ask the question one more time. I'm being very nice here. Surrender or die.
Comes cleaving down with his glaive.
Misses. I don't have my thing, but that completely misses me. Also, is that a magical weapon, question mark?
No, it is not.
So it does 0 damage.
Well, do you take the 4 necrotic?
Yes, I do take the 4 necrotic, but he misses me anyways. Because that's not my AC. My AC is wrong. Until I get the book, my AC won't be right.
You deftly get out of the way of the blade without even really caring. Even though it does glance on you, it doesn't really do much, and
I stretch. Okay.
he comes in for the second swing upon ye.
I'll give him this one I just bat
To
away.
follow up the combination.
Really? Come on! As I'm going to just be like, I've been trying to be so nice. Wait, that actually is with advantage, so let me just do it. Oh. God dang it. I'm being so... I gotta stop toying with my food. As he just stops, he punches the second time. And he's like, okay. Kitty gloves are off. He pulls out Darkbringer, and he's like, now, die. I just swing Darkbringer, and yeah, he's not surviving that. I just give him a little... I make him 2 sides of the same coin.
He actually does manage to survive and brace it, at the cost of a great deal of his armor. However, he's now looking at you like, oh, he's stronger than I thought he was.
Wow.
I need to take this seriously.
He lived! You lived that? Impressive! Impressive!
Grits his teeth as he glares at you.
Lord Cain, I don't think that was a very impressive swing, actually.
Yeah.
You might want to hit him again.
I should do it again. So, what about my offer? I really need some extra people from my troop right now, so... Surrender or die? Come on, surrender, become my troop.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
I have dental! Persuasion? Not 20.
Blackguard realizes you're a lot stronger than him and glances around to his men. And in a single motion, you see his glaive get breathed in necrotic energy before he unleashes a crescent-like strike that echoes out past you and Jason and kills all of these men. I am at your beck and call, my liege.
I'll take it,
No,
easy.
yeah.
So, I did want more people for this.
Man.
Oh no, some of them I made insane, so it makes sense. So, very simple. Surrender. Now, he's going to put his hand out. Who do you serve?
Daniels.
No, before he grabs, it's a wait thing. Who do you serve?
I serve you.
Okay. Now, let me... He said, I said, who do you serve? He said he serves me. I mean, divinity-wise. What god has their sway on you? And if none, you can take up worshipping me. As he will pull off his helmet and let his tail show. as the true Lord of the Midnight is coming back.
Once long ago, my lord, I served Samael. No longer will I serve such a weak, petty, insolent being. Now I currently served the great mistress Luciel, but now my allegiance is yours.
Ah, don't worry, I know a little bit with Luciel too, they won't mind. As I put my hand out, and it's very obvious I only make contracts for his soul. I want him to be a permanent servant.
So long as my life draws breath, I shall serve ye, my liege.
As he grabs his hand, I got my first servant, guys. Cookies. As he says, he looks at he's like, well, now that we got this, he draws in all the midnight from the corpses here. As he looks to Jason, give me your blade.
He hands it over.
I dump all the midnight from this, which is like 1, 2, 3, however many enemies. And then I hand it back to him. As you're gonna say, he looks at Jason. That is a little benefit. Whenever we're done here, I'm gonna be enhancing your weapon. As he looks to the guy right here, he pulls out his bag and he says, "Let me see that glaive of yours."
He hands it over as though presenting something of importance to him unto his lord and liege.
I look him dead in the face. For somebody to be in my troop, they cannot be using a weapon like this. As he, can I crush it with my hands? Because of my abilities to do more damage to non-artifacts.
Oh yeah, you absolutely could.
So I crush it right in front of him. And then, basically snap it in half. I say, now, use something as he pulls out the other glaive that he has in his thing. More fitting. As he hands him the other glaive from his repertoire.
Nodders. You have now added to your legion Keveril Davan.
And he's going to whistle for the troops to come.
The badgers come crowding in moments.
I just realized you still left that one guy over there.
He's
just gonna...
Hey, do you want me to take care of that one guy over there?
If you run, you will die! I yell, I scream it out.
He stows away his torch and starts running off into the night.
Goo, can I get a pin?
Yeah, just bring him back to me.
Alrighty.
The dragon.
I'll make this big fox and activate her druid ability.
You track him down like a hound before grabbing him up in your mouth and dragging him back.
Ah, there's such calming music for these situations.
Hello. My name is... Hello, how are you doing? What's your name? Now, no screaming, partner. Listen, screaming ain't gonna get you out of this. Just talk.
Where the fuck did this fox come from? Is there a fox here?
Now listen, there's no need to be racist, partner.
Ah. Hey, focus on me. This is gonna be a flash round. Your soul or your life? Who do you worship, by the way?
Roll me a D81, Cain.
Because that actually matters for this case. There's a reason why I wasn't just willy-nilly killing people. And you know why.
Yup.
22.
22. This one worships, but that's 20, 21, 22. I worship, Catherall.
He's Catherall.
Seems like I don't care. Your soul or your life? Worship me or die here? Yes, no, yes, no. Come on, I only have about patience for about 15 more seconds. 1.
My lord Catherall is the great
2,
preserver of the untouched world.
3, 4,
Oh, Catherall.
5.
Wait, Cain, actually.
Oh, what? Catherine?
They're one of my future friends as an Aratera. If you left this one live, I'll
Oh,
take care of
you want to worship? Oh, then worship her. Actually, no. You can't. In Naritera, it doesn't exist yet. What are you good at doing? What's that on?
Cain, combat-wise, he's almost
No.
useless to somebody
Paperwork.
like you.
I need to know if he can do some paperwork.
I can read and write in common.
I need. If you want to live, you gotta be cashing yourself out right now, unless you want to hand over the soul. Because I'll let you in on a secret. If I kill you, there is no afterlife.
Oh my great lord Catherall,
If
save
you
me!
say that name one more time, whoo! If you try to call a god to help you right now, whoo, I'm gonna. You're not gonna go see them.
Listen, buddy, I am in your best interest right now. I'd really suggest that you play a little nicer.
Roll an intimidation check on me.
Listen, I mean, to be fair, she's not really trying to intimidate him. She's trying to persuade him.
The roll persuasion check.
May I roll persuasion instead?
Disadvantage on the persuasion, because, you're a giant fox, you have Cain in front of you about to kill this man, and his former commander has gone turncoat.
Okay, so if I roll intimidation instead, do I... Okay, so just straight up roll intimidation then?
Yep.
Fuck, that's a plus... Whatever, I'll just roll the disadvantage persuasion because I have a +6 to it. 11.
There's a chance. He throws his religious symbol to the side and kneels in terror.
Perfect. He'll be yours in a moment.
Okay.
Whenever you become Terra, you'll come back. So listen to me, kid. You have a family? Like that.
Talking to the guard.
Yeah, talking to the guard.
Nope, no family here. Obvious lie. He's lying.
You're really.
You are losing the self-preservation reward here, Chief. I can't lie.
You are really, really, really dumb. But luckily for you, this is just one of the first bases. I was trying to get some more people to help with the glorious charge. No. Listen here. You lied to me again, you're dead. That's just a fact. You're not even close to being a being that could lie to me. Now, second, this is what I want you to do, right? I want you to stay right here and do not move for 2 days. Not a single inch, okay?
Mind if I get him some food?
You can if you want to stay here and give him the food, but there's a reason why I'm doing this. So, if you move 1 inch, looks 1 inch, I will make sure to specifically slaughter your family. I was going to say, where were they, so I can maybe persuade you to maybe join my side a little easier, but since you're so, pussy, that's the only way they're going to live. He puts his hand out for a handshake. Do you think you can do it?
You see him visibly gulp as he shakily reaches his hand out. Don't touch my family. They're all I have left.
There's a please there, you should say, friend.
Believe that. Okay. Enough. As he shakes his hand, remember, don't move. As you can get food if you want. I don't care.
I may summon some good berries as she gives him the good berries.
Don't move. As I tell all the registers there, he says, "Come on, let's go. I wanted more people here." We get all the blue badgers, and he said, they were there. They saw the stuff. Okay. The other ones, the other situations that we're about to go into, I'm going to be playing around just a little bit less.
Yeah.
That guy there, I do need people to join me, but I'll just go grab more people from another thing. So, let me say this, as he looks at his first commander, his first Dark Saboteur right there. As he looks, he says, 1. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't worry about those.
That's a lot. As he looks to him and says, "Listen, I'm under a contract that I'm not allowed to kill, specifically Eunice followers. You are not. That's why I have to hesitate before I go into every single killing little thing. Because if I do that, I break the oath with Eunice that I made. And that's why I always have to double check, but not with everybody. I can sense a little bit. Also, if I go try to do it, then probably it's something else that happens. So, when we go
My
in there...
lord, if I may, there's a town up ahead.
Oh,
It's filled with merchants. And I don't believe there's a particular church to Eunice there either. Perhaps we could raid the marketplace and steal away all of their useful wares before we march forward.
Cain, it suddenly occurred to me that I don't think you communicated what one of your purposes here, Lord Cain.
Oh, I'm just waiting. There's a village. Very important village to me. When we get there, everyone will just be in the back for a little bit. But that mercantile district, that's not the one that is my home village, correct?
No, that is several days' march further south, over a week in fact.
And he says...
And based on the plans that the Blue Badgers have shared with you for the invasion, you're going to have to batter down several differing stronghold points that come between large hills and the very few craggy mountains that exist in the south.
How fast would Ame get to the mercantile district if she ran?
Ame could probably get there in a couple of days,
Then-
but it's still a pretty large distance to cover, because if you go over the mountains, you're going to have several pressing problems getting up the side of them. If you run through the valleys between, most of those have pretty heavily reinforced checkpoints.
Heavily reinforced. Yes?
This might be a good day. Let me double check this. Yeah, interesting. I was gonna bring up that I have a burrowing speed, but that won't matter that much.
Oh, that's not right. I have a burrowing speed too. It's called punching through the earth. As he looks, he's like, we're not going to make that trip because it's not necessary. We'll eventually get, the purpose of the Blue Badgers is right now to cause a distraction on one of the fronts while I go into the back and I finish things. So, we'll just keep moving, going through territory by territory. And this time, it's going to be a lot faster than tonight. Unless there are individuals like you. As he turns to him and he says, you know I know they don't employ kitsune, so any more people that have at least a little bit of talent? Like you there.
Yes, in the very same town, in the marketplace, there's one guard I know who is of similar caliber to me. He and I have gotten along quite well in the past. I believe I'd be able to convince him quite easily to join you, my liege.
Then, I don't really...
Not to mention your soldiers aren't seen as an incursion yet, so we could very easily gather forces or resources.
As he stretches, we're going to hear Train Kun, as he stretches, he says, well, for where we're going, if I have them go to the mercantile district and do their shiz, how many places could I clear myself with me and Ame going basically just buck wild? Which is me just going.
You could clear. You each individually could clear a fucking city a day.
So, very simple. This is what we're gonna do. You're gonna go to the mercantile district, find every possible person that would love to join me. Also, if you run to any Luciel cults, you should be able to use my name to have them help.
Oh, don't worry, my liege. I know exactly where many of them happen to be.
Oh, I can't wait to pick it up. I'm going to, with me and my compatriot here, I'm going to rid some cities. Meet back up. He pulls a map, yes?
Just wanted to request that, if at all possible, avoid killing anybody of significance in the realm of the Primal and the Fae, except for Primal Dragonoid worshippers, if possible, please. She says, whispering to, basically saying to Cain.
I will repeat what she says, and that is substantial. Avoid it, but if absolutely you know they're gonna run telltale and go talk when they're not supposed to, you can use whatever means necessary to stop it.
Aye, my liege, I will do exactly as asked.
But if they go willingly, as he looks, make sure they're left unharmed. Bark, as he looks. So go on your way. Collect this other person. If you see any kitsune, make sure to bring them with. If they're slaves, just take them. Kill the masters, whatever you need to do. All of the kitsune are mine. As he looks to them, make sure not one of them dies, okay?
Jason nods. Keverol nods. The rest of the badgers salute.
We'll meet back as he puts like a map. Is there a way, there's like city, is there like a circle where it intercepts with the mercantile and like another city?
Yes. For that you would take a southeastern path where you and Ame would split off for a couple of days and re-meet after a brief split in the fork. Then about 4 days later you would meet up with them at one of the mountain throughways where you could batter down the fortress and potentially pick up more soldiers as well.
And that's what we're going to do. And then during that little period, there's a little mischief time little slip that happens that would be explored in another Kvesti sidecut.
Yeah.
Where this comes back, where we meet all together. Could I make a persuasion check to see how many people I could have persuaded to my side? And also if there were any kitsune people as well, as I want to collect all my people. Or just
as you say that, Cain.
What?
You and Ame, while separated, Ame, you go roll around on top of a city, and it has to suffer a angry fox kaiju attack. Whereas Cain, you conquer a city in a single few sets of hours. However, you hear rumor of something outside of the city's limits. A certain nobleman whom apparently has 3 kitsune servants in bond.
Looks like a fun time for me.
I would also say, just for clarification, Ame, whenever she's around Cain, tries to hold him back from being too murder hobo-y, and Ame is way nicer than Cain is when she's alone. As is assumed, I suppose.
Oh, also, by the way, if anything, I would like to send, if me and Ame are going to split up, she can take 2 blue badgers. If I thought we were going to be together, so she could have 2 blue badgers with her. Making everything easier for Ame.
Cain, you arrive at this ranch in the outskirts of the city limits. And you are first greeted with the gentle breeze, as though carrying your ominous visage forward. You see in the field a kitsune worker currently looking half-starved to death, battered, beaten, and marked up with all manner of tattoos, either willingly or otherwise, as well as several other individuals in bondage. And you can feel that there are about 4 people inside of the main house, 2 of whom are also your fellow kitsune.
As he walks here, he takes a thing and then immediately drops. As he was, while he was with the Blue Badgers, he conquered the cities with the Blue Badger thing, but he takes the armor off when he does more serious adventures. As he just walks straight, and then just goes, "You, in the fields."
The servants look over to you, both of them, both the kitsune and the commoner.
Stop. Stop what you're doing. Come over here. All of you.
These 2 come out from over here, wondering who the fuck you are, but feeling that you have some kind of authority.
I pull the ball close, and then I use my ability to lay on hands all of them that needs it. I use like 4 points or whatever. How much HP I need to use, I'll use it. Pulls out a little snack with the kitsune worker there, hands it to him, and it says, "You can choose to share if you want to. Now, take a seat and relax. I'll be back out here in 5 minutes." He just walks right
They're
past.
all looking so fucking confused right now.
Yes, they're going to be confused. As I go to the door, as I knock.
Takes a few moments before you hear the footsteps approaching, Cain, as a veteran opens the door with his master not far behind. "Can we help you, sir? We weren't expecting any guests. Whom are you?"
Oh, don't worry about my name. I did have a question for you. Where are the other kitsune here? I would like them. Right now.
He glances back at his master before opening the door more fully. "Ah, businessman looking for some splendiferous servants."
Grovel!
Man of my-
I use power command to make him grovel.
The man immediately goes to the floor.
And I stare at the veteran soldier. Bring them out, or you die.
He takes a swing at you.
As I will let him take one, I will let him take one swing at me. That misses, but whatever. Is it a magical weapon?
Nope.
I'll let him take one swing at me while it just pings off like my head, and I just look at him. Do you have family? Do you have people you love? As he swung at me once. I'm looking at him.
He does not hesitate with his blade, but there is hesitation in his eyes now.
As I basically just let him smack me, but it doesn't literally, because he doesn't even have any additional on it. And I'm like, while you do this, think about them. Because that man, he points, is groveling right now. I could do the same to you. In fact, I use the word command, and I say, kneel.
Instantly slams into the floor, unable to move of his own volition.
Now, I'll repeat the question that I asked you. Well, not really a question, more a request. Go ask. And wait, no. Go find the other kitsune and bring them out here. Listen to him. Or I will make you kill your family.
You release him from the command.
I do.
He stumbles to his feet, before running past his groveling master, ripping around the corner, throwing open the door, and screaming, "Get out here!" And then he runs off toward the back room before doing the same.
Yeah.
And
As
two rather boy-looking, meager, and terrified kitsune come out, clinging to the corners, wondering what the fuck is going on. As the man takes this moment to take the back door and get the fuck out.
Cain doesn't care. He knows he's not going to say anything. Because he knows I'll find him. As he's like, "You two. How lovely. Come follow me, please." As I drag him out here. While you like, bang it, I fucking throw him to the ground. Ooh. As he says, "Gather around."
They all, seeing this happen, begin to very slowly gather around you, but seem to also try and keep their distances as best they can.
As he looks at him. "How much has this man hurt all of you?" I mean, probably more as he looks at the kitsune. Probably
You
more.
look at him, his eyes are empty, barren.
Yes.
He doesn't even want to think about it.
As Cain usually doesn't have this on him, but he will reveal it for now. He pulls up his sleeve that shows all of his scars. "I am going to bring a new revolution to Scuddlebutt Republic. And eliminate the slaves." As he is as I look down. "So," he pulls out one of his daggers. "Who would like to kill this man? From all the pain he's caused you all," as he's looking towards Den, "you have one chance. There will be no retribution. There will be nothing."
The one behind you starts stepping forward. Her eyes seem the most empty out of the lot of them. You can't even begin to fathom the pains that she must have suffered, as she doesn't even hesitate before picking up the dagger, holding it over him, and just this primal scream. Terror, rage, anger, sadness, trauma, all into one flurry of stabs, just unrelenting. By the time she is done, he is less a man and more a mangled
mess.
Sponge filled with holes. His eyes carved out, his tongue cut out, his nose caved in, his entire body just lined with all of these stab wounds. There's so many of them, Cain. They're not even efficient, they're just vicious.
Yes. He eventually picks up the girl, like it's already done. Cain has enjoyed the moment. He picks up the girl and gently removes the knife from her hands and says, "Wonderful. Now, you all, except the kitsune here, you have a choice." He moves to the humans. "You can serve me, or you can leave. I'm especially nice to slaves right now. I feel pretty in a good mood, so that's the best deal you're going to get. But let me tell you, if someone serves me, I make sure they reach their full potential. I love all of my tools equally. You will have food, shelter, and a purpose. You can make your choice while I talk to the others." As he brings the kitsunes here, as he says to them, very simple. "Since now you're free, would you like to join me? I'm gathering all of the kitsune, and we're going to take back the rightful place of the kitsune in this world. Where those, as he kicks the mangled things, cretins will never lay another finger on one of our again. I am Inari Yami, but you may call me Cain. You can either work directly under me, or you can choose to, I guess, have a freer life. You can choose what you want to do here. But, just so you know, there will be nowhere safer than with me. I will give you everything you could ever want, ever dream of. I can even give you the power to do this yourself, to go take back what those demon kings stole from us. As so many kitsune does not even know the basics of what's in their lives. And he holds out his hand for specifically to be one of his main servants. So
the worker seems to be the first to respond. Sir, I don't even have a name. I'm not educated. I've never learned any things about this world. All I've ever known is here. What you offer, I know not even how to comprehend it.
I will give you a great purpose, if that's what you're looking for. If you want to live an easy life, I can do that too. It just requires a little bit of work. You don't need any of that. I will give you the education. I will allow you to be the person you want. I'll even give you a name if you want. I'll give whoever they want whatever they need as I get closer to them. You just have to trust me. I have your best intent in my mind. Which is true. No, I'm not lying there. It's actually true. I love my kitsune brothers and sisters so much that I'm willing to liberate everything for them. Whatever you want, it's yours. Just ask.
Man reaches forward as though he's reaching to the light at an end of a long tunnel before he slowly closes his hand. And you begin to feel, Cain, an almost sort of warmth well up in you. Something that you'd long since forgotten. It's the same feeling you had all that time ago when you had finally just broken free with your sister. The hope, fleeting as it was, the love, the care, and then your memory turns towards those darker moments following. But you won't let that happen to anybody else. Not again. Never again. As his hand finishes closing, he does only what he knows to kneel down on his knee before you. Grant me name and I shall serve you for life. What do you do, Cain?
I have a name for this. I wrote this down in my freaking notes. I'm gonna give him a name, but I gotta find my phone so fast. Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh shit. Quickly, I gotta have this in my notes. I'm going to bestow to him one of the names that I have in my please. I'm going to bestow to him the name of Judas, as I'm going to look at him and I'll say, from now on, you will have the name of Judas. I bestow it to you. May we work hard for the future.
I take it with honor, my lord.
Now, the other two. What's your thoughts? Would you
The
like?
one behind you seems a bit more present, though still a good bit distant, still feeling a bit of perhaps fear towards you as best you can tell. The one next to the corpse still kneels and is staring off with a 1,000-yard stare into the far distance, still catching their breath, not being even remotely close to present.
So, it's gonna be a bit for that one. Now, he turns to the, no. One. What's your thoughts? Make it quick. I've given you enough time to think. He looks at the, non-kitsune.
This one comes forward and kneels, this one as well, but the third is still hesitant, as though believing perhaps that it might be a trap or a setup, and maybe their master will rise back up and kill them all where they stand.
He will go, he looks at her and sees, it. As he looks at this corpse, this thing here, I mean, if that's what you believe, he's taken way too much of your life. I mean, as he goes closer, and this is when he's going to be using his charms, as he says, it will not get back up. And even if he does, I'll save you. I mean, as, can I roll a persuasion check? As I'm...
Yes, you may.
You have nothing to fear anymore. If you join me, that is. But I can't really help you if you leave.
For a brief moment, there's a flicker of hesitation remaining that seems to dissipate in moments, Cain. As they go to their knees and break down wailing, as though finally their shackles are undone. After all this time, all this suffering, they're finally being rescued.
Let's make your lives better. As he puts his hand out to fulfill, take the future. As he puts his hand out, these are soul binding contracts. I mean, I will do
This
all my
one
power.
all but crawls toward you before kissing your hand. This one takes your hand without a second thought, and this one, you can feel there's apprehension, but they take your hand nonetheless. Perhaps a bit brighter than the other two. Maybe more aware of what exactly it is you're offering.
As he looks, you'll not regret it. As he gets up, as he says, since now, you three, it's time to eat. As you can tell that he pulls out some rations and hands it to them. Some good stuff, too. Now, take a moment, I'll give you some more stuff in a bit. I got to go figure out the rest. As he goes up to the other kitsune and says, "What makes you so apprehensive? What is it on your mind, sister?"
You come here out of nowhere. Terrorize the veteran who, while a horrible individual, at least didn't lay his hands on us like he did, pointing towards the matted corpse. And cause him to run off screaming, fearing for himself and his family. You're obviously powerful, likely an adventurer of some kind, though far more so than even the strongest I've ever seen. What do you want? What do you actually want?
I didn't lie. As he looks at him, "Oh, that person didn't, whatever you consider. I let him go. He was just a hired gun. I don't know what he did. And that might have been a lapse of judgment if he actually hurt. But at least I was correct. That's why I let him walk free. I just wanted him to bring the people that are most important to me here. Like you, and him, and you. I've said what I wanted. I am going to bring back the true order of this universe. But you won't be able to understand that without having the prior knowledge of what was taken from us to begin with. But I can show you. I can show you everything. But it would be crass of me just to do that. That's a lot of information. It might hurt you. And I'm being genuine when I tell you all these things. I care way more for your safety than he looks to the people there. Them before they took my deal. I made sure that I made this a point. Whenever someone decides to become a tool for me, I treat them with the utmost utmost respect. Because powerful tools should not be thrown, discarded. They should be cared for, welded. As he pulls out Darkbringer slowly, turned into a masterpiece. Like this. This is the art. This is what I learned from being a blacksmith. And this is how I'm going to conquer every other problem. I'm going to collect allies, sharpen them until they can cut through anything. Give them the life they want. Give them the life they need. I am not telling any lies. I want to help the kitsune. And if you join me, I can do that easier. But you have the option to walk away and learn nothing. But eventually, it will come to pass. I am starting my Inari's church. It's being built on the foundations. But I can give you a tidbit of knowledge if you want to verify if I'm correct. As he puts his finger out.
She looks at your finger and then looks back to you. Swear to me that you won't touch me, him, or her. You won't lay a finger on us. Not like him. As she glances past you towards the one still on the ground, catatonic almost.
Cain has a quick little chuckle. I know you wasn't joking, but I just laughed a little bit because he takes his finger back as he opens his shirt. And he says, "I was a slave way back when." As he shows his scars, I would never dream of hurting my own brothers. And you three, if you join me, would be absolutely on my protection. And even if you're not, I'd still protect you anyways, because I care about the kitsune. As he then puts his finger back out, I swear, I will never lay a hand on any of you. even though as he says, finishes that, even though that swear means little to someone like me, I will swear it anyways. This is me telling her that I could break it because I am on a level that probably could break it, but I'm still going to swear it anyways, just to prove that I'm not. And I'm telling them that this is the truth, just so I can get them on my side, because I do care about my Kitsune brothers.
So
We
you won't
rise
be
up.
calling us to your room in the midst of night?
No.
You won't drag us about by our ears, by our necks? You won't threaten us with daggers, knives, and rapiers?
In fact, I will be giving you it to kill the people like that. The garbage. In fact, I was contemplating on killing him myself, but I knew that it meant more to you guys than me, even though I could have destroyed his soul. But that just gives you guys an opportunity to kill him again. I do not see you, as he looks like, as anything other than yourself. You're not an object to me, you're my fellow Kitsune. A sister, a brother, whichever it is. You mean more to me than you think. I did not come from nowhere. I came from this plane. I was raised here. I was multiple people at some point. But one thing stays the same. I hate people like this, as he points to us. They exist so far, and there are things like the people in Abkhazia that choose to let this happen, and I'm going to stop it. I'm taking over the Scuddle Republic and freeing all the slaves, and I'm taking the Kitsune under my custody. I do not want anything other than the best for you. No calling, no dragging, no nothing. I am just a person that will provide protection and will give you a chance to fight for what you want and not be forced into something.
So long as you do not lay a finger, do not call us in the midst of night to your room for your bed, so long as you don't do what he did, I will follow you. But if you ever break those words, I will be gone in the night like wind.
As he looks, he pulls out Darkbringer and he says, I'll give you one better. Slams Darkbringer to the ground. I'll place the oath on them. As he looks at Darkbringer.
Darkbringer pulses with this vile, roiling mass of power, rending into the earth as though trying to cleave the planet itself in half. And this energy begins erupting in directions bifurcated from you, going to your left and right, and encircling all of you. As one moment, please. Sequencer.
Sequencer. Fight the sequencer!
Where is it? Where is it? Dark purple? Right?
Yes, it is dark purple. I love the colors. Nice.
The energy forms into a circuit that seems to offer up your statement as Darkbringer itself becomes the source of your very oath. And you see the contracts that you've already made even be altered to fit your new terms. all 6 now under protection of this oath that Darkbringer itself shall be the enforcer of.
As he picks Darkbringer back up, as he holds it, he says, "This is my everything." As he sheaves it and says, "Good."
She reaches forward herself to initiate the handshake.
We do. Handshake. I give her a tidbit, not enough to like cause a big headache, but basically just like a general TLDR of the universe, because she seems smarter than the others, so she could probably handle a little bit of the information and a general thing of what I am trying to do in my struggles to even get here. So they have.
Cain, as you do so, in return, you also see into her mind. You see that the one behind you has shielded her from a great deal of pain, violence, and suffering at their own cost. You see that the one you have named Judas would try his best to take blame for anything that this one screwed up on. She seems to be the youngest of the 3 kitsune here, and the second youngest out of all 6 servants that were forced into bondage by this man. He was not a kind man. He was violent, brutal, and reminds you of your own in oh so many ways. But there's one thing that sits in your mind. A night where he dragged somebody away, and they never came back. A night where he emerged back from the dark night with a red shackle imprinted onto his arm like a tattoo, hidden away even now underneath his puffy and bloodied cuff and sleeve. And you remember that it was used as a threat, that the chains would last beyond their lives, that he would bring them along even in death.
He looks sad. Generally, for the first time when he looks, he says, "I understand." And as he takes a step back, looks at the corpse again. He's going to take Darkbringer out. His soul's completely gone. It's wherever his afterlife is, right? Do I know?
It's gone.
Like dead? Or like
he is long past dead. His soul has been pulled far, far, far away. It
correct.
is no longer remotely
clear.
Wherever
Do I know
he went is so far that you can't even fathom where it might have been pulled off to.
Jesus. Oh, damn. But
you can though if you pull up his sleeve, you might be able to take a pretty solid guess at where it belongs to.
I will figure out where it belongs to. This will be important for the future. Because I didn't destroy his soul. I will check. Thanks. And Gallum. Right the hell. Yeah, I go try to do that. What do I need to roll?
Now, the moment you see those chains running up his left arm, you know exactly who this belongs to, as you've had quite an expansive bit of knowledge for a while, especially as a primeval. He was a worshipper of Kuila Pasukro Tech Quinal, the king of shackles of the tapestry.
Oh.
The red binding chains that do not let go once they are attached. He worshipped such a being.
Do I think that they're affected by that?
you would have to make me a very high charisma check to try and figure it out.
I can do that. I do that really. Just a flat out charisma check.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. God damn it. Not good enough.
You can't tell, Cain. There's too much going on around you at this moment to really tell. Between the nearby town and the wails of the dead as they slowly transition into the afterlife, the massive conflict raging in your north,
Yeah.
as the war is beginning to truly kick off, as the first lines of real resistance are being met by the Badgers.
Okay.
You feel Ame to your northeast, currently laying down the law on a town.
Laying down the law. He is going to say, well, I actually know that person. The person he was contracted with. At some point, not now, I'll double check on you guys to see if you guys are actually tied to him or not. And if you are, I'll make a deal with his god. And release you. And probably take his soul and eat it myself. As he walks over, and then he puts a hand out for the Kitsune servers, but does not touch them.
She's completely out of it, Cain.
Okay.
She has long since left this reality behind in her mind. She literally is so far fucking gone. When you caught the glimpses of what could have happened from this one, it was disgusting, but staring at her, you remember only one person that your own master had like this, and you wish so desperately inside that that person had escaped alongside you and your sister, but they didn't even have the will to do that. They were broken, traumatized beyond comparison. Even amongst you and the rest of your master's slaves, it was nothing by comparison.
So Cain will look over to the Kitsune servant and says, do you have a name, or do you want me to give you one?
I have no name. He never gave any of us names. And if we had them, he stripped them of us.
Then would you like one? As he looks to her.
She nods.
Anko. A-N-K-O. That is your name. I bestow it upon you. And hopefully, he looks at this other the other kitsune there. Will you give me permission to try to help her? I'm following the oath. I will not touch you guys unless you are fine with it.
Anko heads over to her fellow and tries to bring her back, hugging her, trying to use whatever means they can to bring this one back to reality, as slowly their eyes that have been glazed over until now seem to regain some degree of consciousness, but not completely there still. Maybe at most 50 to 60%. She's silent.
She looks and says, I'm not completely sure if I can do this, but would you like me to try to heal you? As he puts his hand out, but he does not touch them.
She slowly reaches forward, unsure. Cain, are you sure you want to do this? Because this individual is heavily traumatized, and you can get feedback from this because of how deeply ingrained it is.
The answer is, what did I say before? We balling! I ain't no bitch. I'm gonna try to cleansing touch as well, but I said they care more. I need my people. These are my people. So yes, I'm going to do what I need to do this. Hopefully it's a charisma saving throw.
As you make contact, Cain, you are unerringly assaulted with years and years and years and years of trauma, just on infinite repeats, slamming into you like like the entire force of the centipede when you first fought it in the tower. It hits you so hard. I need a intelligence, wisdom, and charisma save out of you.
I'll take all those. And can I have a potential lower DC, since I have a lot of memories from a lot of people that have very bad experiences, and I got to so first, bang, bam, boom.
DC accordingly. Okay, so you not only retain your force of personality, you are able to even grant unto this one the visions you originally intended quite easily. You're a little bit of psychological distress. It's not great to see these images played in front of your eyes over and over and over on repeat, but it's not entirely unexpected. You were able to mentally brace for this a bit. However, sorting through this is fucking it's impossible. There's just too much. You, by your own count, this has to be at least 2 or 3 decades worth of just consistent daily or bi-daily trauma that this individual has been subjected to. It is not a wound that can just be healed. Yeah. This is deep. You'd have to completely wipe this person's mind to even have a chance at successfully erasing this pain. It's so ingrained, it's habitual. Even after this individual has been released of these binds and terrors daily and nightly, you can tell pretty easily that this one's going to be very broken for a very long time, perhaps for the rest of their natural life, if not longer, should they ever have a longer than natural life.
So I did something as I, back away for a second. I say, ooh, that's gonna be a lot more effort on my part, cracks Knuckles, as he looks. Are you more conscious now? Hello?
She's maybe like 55, 65% there.
I'll take it. Would you like a name?
She looks over to the newly named Anko, and with Anko's nod, she also gives you a nod.
Don't blame me for my naming scheme. I like a lot of co's. It's going to be Tonko. 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 I bestow the name Tonko. And Tonko, in the future, maybe, we may be able to make another, not really a deal, but something that I should be able to help more with. Maybe take some of your pain away. I mean, he looks at you. It would be but I just need you to be able to focus. So, as he looks to them, Anko, please take care of Tonko while we are going to be traveling. Judith?
Yes.
Places down Darkbringer into the ground, just slightly tipped. You, I knew. Wait, there's one other. You're going to be one of my commanders. They're called Dark Saboteurs. But first, you must pass Darkbringer's trial. So, as I look at Darkbringer, and I'm mentally communicating Darkbringer, not too goddamn hard. Just, this, pick it up, touch it, and describe what you see. So I know what I can help you with. I'm basically, if I can do this, I want to know like what type of fighter they are. So I'm just having like a trial for Darkbringer to figure out are they a magic casters thing? What do I need to build them up with? What do I need to pull out from my bag?
You place down Darkbringer as Judas, without questioning for even a moment, grasp the hilt, and you see Darkbringer have a brief surge that pulses over Judas's entire body like a scan, but you can see in his face that he's trying to hide pain behind a wall of his previous suffering as his arm shakes. I see fire, a great flame burning bright, unleashing unto everything that dares oppose you, my grace. Burning down towns, villages, cities, whatever it is you require.
You may let go.
He releases and almost collapses onto the ground. From the pressure, the pain, the vision, and everything else all conglomerating upon him.
I pick up Darkbringer, I sheath it, and then I what does Darkbringer think? What should I make?
Darkbringer thinks he's gonna be an amazing sorcerer.
Man, that's so perfect! He's a sorcerer. Oh, that's fantastic. I mean, he looks at you. Is everyone ready to get moving? We're gonna meet back up with my other friends, and we'll get you to a safer place. And then he looks at Judas and says, "Do you mind if I pick you up so we can get going?"
No need, my lord. I will walk alongside you until the ends of the earth.
As I pick him, I pick him up because I'm a very, very good leader. As I let him go, I'm like, I know what you're going to be. We just have to tap into it. You're going to be wonderful with magic. So let's get going. As we begin our track to go, basically, we're going to go meet up, unless there's other cities in my way, and if that's the case, I tell them to hide for a bit while I go clear and come back.
Nope. You head off, meeting up with the Badgers and Ame shortly thereafter. The Badgers continue forward as you and Ame take a brief detour. Brief detour, to be sure. Judas, Anko, Tonko, and the slaves that you bring alongside you each receive the proper care and attention they need as best they can. Tonko still primarily catatonic most of the time, barely aware, being simply guided forward.
Yeah, I don't get modified memory until 2 more levels.
And as you head off, with your newly acquired cadre and several commanders under your belt, that is where we will end this side cut.
Tonka. Yes. People, don't be mad at my Tonko naming scheme. That's going to be a lot. That's going to be the beginning. There's going to be a lot of KOs. Well, don't forget to sub. That's just a requirement. We're done today. You gotta sub and like the stream, obviously.
Thank you for watching.
Bye-bye!
Yeah.